So it's Saturday night, the November. I can never remember the day. I'm horrible at this. It's November 19th. That's the day. I didn't make a video yesterday because I wanted to make a video which involved Andy. So I put a little bit of him in there. Yep. So last weekend was my play, and it was totally awesome. Every night was completely sold out. Like, we had to bring in some extra chairs just so we could not be mean to people and send them away. And everyone that I talked to afterwards, after the show, said that my part was awesome. I mean, obviously, but I don't know. I just really enjoyed my part. I wish I could have had a bigger part, but I'll take what I can get, and what I got was amazing. So I'm glad I was in it, and it was a lot of fun, and I'm so glad it's over. Like, you know how when you're in a show, those of us who've been in a show, like you have so much fun when you're in it, and then by the time it's over, like, you're so tired and you just want it to be done. And then when it's over, you're like, oh my gosh, it's done. What am I going to do now? That's what I'm like, except I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do now? Because I'm just so happy it's done, because it took up so much of my life, and I had such a small part that it wasn't even, it was worth it, but it didn't feel like it sometimes. But it's all good now. I have free time and just so much stuff, and so much, not stuff, so much non-stuff, which is awesome, because last Friday, Skyrim came out, which, for those of you who don't know, is the fifth in a series of video games that I've been following since I was around 13 or 14. So it's pretty awesome. I'm very happy that it's released, and I've just... I'm glad that I'm not dating Nancy anymore, because I wouldn't have any time. I wouldn't have any girlfriend time. And I admit it. That's just how this game is. That's how awesome it is. So, yeah, that's what I've been doing all my free time. So I decided not to be an RA next year. Well, I decided not to apply to be an RA, because I'm probably just gonna... I'd rather try and find a house to live with friends, with theater friends. So Sam and I are probably gonna divorce and go our own ways, as long as he's okay with that, as long as he's okay with losing me. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try and find a house with a few people from the theater department, so we can, have a good time in a house with a yard. And yeah, I don't know what to say. But, so yeah, that's that part of my life. What else? I'm officially a Spanish minor. I don't know if I've said that before. I can't remember when it happened, but it's official now. So I'm in a 300 level class. That's what I'm starting with, is a 300 level class called Spanish Oral Communication. So it's basically a Spanish speech class, which is fun. I'm excited about that. I'm gonna have fun with that one. And then after that, I'll have to take one other class, and then I can get in Spanish theater, which is gonna be awesome, I hope. There, on Friday night, I hung out with the person that played the Little Prince and one of my coworkers, because they were roommates before. Small world. So we hung out, and we had some beer, and then we went to get food, and then we watched some videos, called, like, it's various things on Salvia. And it's like the funniest video series ever. I'll post some links in the what do they call it, the doobly-doo, and so you can watch them, because it's like writing a letter to Congress on Salvia, or gardening on Salvia, or trying to drive a car on Salvia. It's like the greatest things ever. They're so funny. Yeah, that's that story. Oh, by the way, I'm not quite naked, but I'm getting closer. I took off my pants for this video, so I'm just sitting here in boxers right now. I don't really want to show you. I don't think there's anything left to say. I just got back from family Thanksgiving. Andy and I went to family Thanksgiving, and it was awesome. Because Andy got to meet my whole family, other than, I mean, he already knew Jared because he came down for a couple weeks last summer. And it's always fun because when people meet my family, like my friends from Mexico, they meet my family. It's awesome because everyone that meets them is always like, "Oh my gosh, your family's so awesome, can you adopt me?" It makes me happy because I have such an awesome family. Yeah. Surprisingly, Joanne did not interrogate me about either you or my relationship with Andy. It surprised me a little bit. I was expecting her to be like, "Are you guys gonna move in together or something?" But she didn't. I'm very proud of her for holding back on that. Yep. So, probably just gonna end with a video of Andy playing video games in my living room. So I'm just gonna sneak out here while I'm in my boxers and show you.
Reloading.
Watch as the Andy plays his video games. Ha ha.